Welcome to Guide Mia. Today we're going to talk about running a smile simulation with Cympha's digital smile design. The DSD workspace in Cympha Studio turns a single two-dimensional photo into an AI-guided before and after that the patient sees on their own image, and the whole thing runs in the browser. No install, no CAD seat, and no upload of the patient photo. This is a short one, built for chairside use. By the end you'll know the 5-step wizard: photo, detect, frame, refine, generate, what each step is for, and the handful of habits that separate a convincing simulation from a clumsy one. Follow along with a photo of your own on screen, or listen now and read the written guide later. First, the honest framing, because it's written right into the product. A single photo smile design is a communication tool. It's for chairside case acceptance and for showing the lab your intent. It has no occlusion, no three-dimensional data, and no millimeter-accurate manufacturing geometry, so a licensed clinician must review every result before any clinical use. Within that frame, it's remarkably capable. The patient sees the proposed change on their own face, on their own photo, minutes after the picture was taken, and that changes conversations. Everything runs inside the browser tab. There's nothing to install, no CAD seat to license, and we'll come back to this. The photo itself never leaves the device. One photo in, one before and after out, 5 steps in between. The ingredient list is 1 item long, a smile photo. But the choice of photo is the single highest leverage decision in this whole workflow, so choose deliberately: clear, level, frontal, and lip retracted. Take it through retractors if you can. A clean retracted frontal shot gives the cleanest arch separation and the most accurate analysis because the design quality follows the photo. Everything downstream, detection, measurement, rendering, inherits whatever the photo gives it. Then open Cympha Studio at studio.cympha.com. No sign-in is needed to design. The only DSD action that asks you to sign in is downloading the final image at the very end. So a patient can be in the chair, photo to rendered smile, before anyone touches a password. 2 ways into the workspace. Pick Digital Smile Design from the workspace switcher at the top of Studio, or click the Perform DSD button on any photo in the gallery or image viewer. That seeds the image straight into Step 1. The wizard's order is fixed, but you can revisit earlier steps freely. Step 1. Photo. Load the image and square it away with the inline sliders for brightness, contrast, and rotation, plus a crop tool when the framing isn't right. Step 2. Detect. Click the primary action and Studio runs an in-browser AI pass that finds every tooth and segments it cleanly, then analyzes the result. The arch split into upper and lower, per tooth labels from central to molar, the midline, the smile arc, and a report card with central width and height, incisal cant, midline offset, and the lateral to central ratio. The working rule: trust the AI for detection. Override for numbering. If a label is off on an imperfect shot, the tooth number dropdown corrects any individual tooth. Frame is where the smile's architecture is decided. 4 kinds of handles control the shape. The midline, a vertical reference. The contact lines between anterior teeth, and moving them changes tooth widths, which is how you redistribute space across the front of the smile. The incisal edge curve, the smile line, the upper arc shape. And the gingival curve, the gum margin line. 2 accelerators sit alongside the handles. Auto-propose curves generate smooth, symmetric curves as a starting point. And golden widths rebuilds the anterior contacts to the golden proportion, central to lateral to canine at 1, to 0.618, to 0.382. All the while, the report card updates live as you design, so you're never guessing what your edits did to the measurements. Edits here cascade. That's the point of frame, and it's also why the next step exists. Refine is the opposite discipline. Local, per-tooth cosmetic touch-ups that don't cascade to the neighbors. Drag a boundary handle to reshape a single contour. Neighboring points follow with a smooth fall-off, so the edit stays organic instead of angular. Drag inside a crown to move the whole tooth. Rotate with the dial handle. It's the detailing pass, the incisal corner that needs softening, the one lateral that sits a touch proud. And here's the sequencing rule that saves people from redoing work. Frame first, refine last. Frame edits cascade, refine edits don't. If you polish an individual tooth and then go back and move a contact line in frame, the next frame edit reflows the design, and your per-tooth touch-ups get swept along with it. So lock the structural intent in frame, then spend your care and refine in that order, once. Generate is the payoff. Exactly 2 texture modes, and the choice shapes the conversation. Template, the AI crown mode, stamps ideal smile crowns from the built-in template library, the aspirational version. Preserve, the own texture mode, warps the patient's actual enamel into the new shape, so the result unmistakably looks like their teeth, just arranged better. the believable version. After the render, the shade and whitening sliders apply instantly, without redesigning. They're live, so you can tune the result while the patient watches. Then, the case acceptance tool itself, the before and after compare slider. Drag it across the image while you talk the patient through the change. That slider, moving back and forth over their own face, does more persuasion than any brochure. When they're convinced, download PNG to share the result or attach it to the case. And that's the one point in the whole workflow where Studio asks you to sign in. One more thing before we close, and it matters in the operatory: privacy. Detection, analysis, and rendering all run on the loaded photo inside your browser tab. Nothing about the patient's image leaves the device during design. Saving to a case is an explicit action, and it only uploads when you click it. That's a clean answer to a question patients increasingly ask. So the complete picture: one well-taken retracted photo, an in-browser AI pass to find the teeth, structure and frame, polish and refine, and a render the patient explores with a slider on their own image, with a licensed clinician reviewing every result before anything clinical happens. Chair side, minutes, no install. That's digital smile design in Cympha Studio. The written version, with every handle and slider named, is at cympha.com. Open Docs and find Run a Smile Simulation with Cympha DSD. We're building lectures like this for every Cympha workflow, so subscribe if you'd like the rest of the series. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.